Steve Evans, a full week on the training ground at Bregby End. How's your week been so far?
Well, it's been excellent. I think we've also taken the chance to give the boys a day or so off, so they're completely fresh, back in the building, and as we get ready for a tough away match. You know, it's a small club. It's a club that's dear in my heart, always will be forever, like most of the clubs I've managed. And but we're going to go there and see if we can add to a points tally.
Just looking back on Saturday, that's now our 6th winner in the 84th minute or later. What is it about this team that keeps scoring those late goals?
Well, I think without a doubt it's fitness. That's number one, because we're still running so hard at the end of games, and that's included games when we've lost. But I think it's character, it's discipline, it's focus, it's team spirit, it's willingness to go the extra yard. And we've never hidden it. We'll always try and score a late winner. If we're drawing a game or losing it, we'll always try and score a late winner and take the opposite, that somebody might counter-attack us and score and we get beat. But we'd rather get beat, if we're going to get beat, we'd rather get beat when we're trying to win the game. So we get a lot of winners because we never say die. And I think it was almost like the old pack of cards or domino effect on Saturday. We had that much pressure, that many missed chances. In the words of Joe Mattock afterwards, somebody just took an axe to the door. They held the door for so long. You know, so from our point of view, we keep trying to get late goals. We keep trying to get goals from the start as well.
And our home form is second to none at the moment. It's really unbelievable the run we've been on. But any successful season, you need that, and then anything you get away from home is going to be a bonus, and that's what you need in a successful season.
Yeah, I think when you break it all down, we've just been through some analysis here. Our whole form is super, but there's an objective to keep that going, and it's impractical or unlikely you're going to win every home game. So we have to turn our away form round. And in terms of results, I think in larger performances have been good. We break it down to key components why we've lost games. We lost in the 90th minute against Salford, but I think we possibly deserve to lose the game if you take totality of it. I think Bradford was harsh, but you can't take away giving a goal away in 5 minutes at an away side like that. We're big support, and Mark's got equally, if not the best players in the league, through big money. So that was a difficult day for us. But again, key chances come and when goals change games.
And obviously, Crawley, a club that has a special place in your heart.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like to go back there as a Stevenage?
Oh, listen, it's change of ownership, but a lot of people behind the scenes, you know, I would say the foot troops and the offices and the stewards and the supporters are the same people when I was there for sure. My brother still lives close by. He goes and watches them regular. Paul Rayner still lives in the town at Crawley, so it's a great place to go back to, and it's one I've always been welcomed with open arms. I've gone back and win. I've gone back and got beat. The feeling driving in and driving away doesn't change. It's always a club. It's close to my heart. But you know, I'm there representing and very much in love with Stevenage, so we have to go there and produce a performance.
And they've had quite a crazy last 6 months in terms of new owners and some of the signings they've made, but perhaps haven't started the way they wanted to.
No, I think when you break down the squad, you can see where the money's been spent, and it's big money. So I cannot criticise the owners. I see what they try to get involved with social media, or they're trying to get involved with doing things that's a little bit different. And I can't knock that because, you know, that's intuitive. There's a number of words you can use against it, but the bottom line is Kevin Betsy is a young man that I've only watched at a distance at Arsenal, watch him develop the 18s and the 23s, and I'm sure he's got a good career, but he's got some really good players to pick from, and that'll make our test on Saturday difficult. As any team going there does, is, you know, Stockport have gone there and got beat, for example, and I still expect Stockport to be a top 7 side. So it'll be a difficult afternoon for us. So we'll need to be near our best.
It's another away day, and it's one we usually take quite a good following. How important will those Stevenage fans behind the goal be?
Oh, massive. I think it's important. I think we've seen it last Saturday, don't we? We score a perfectly good goal that comes down off the crossbar, bounces in. Seen a photograph of it, bounces in. Referee and assistant don't get it right, they don't give it, but it's at the away end, and I think Harrogate brought 20 or 30 supporters, so they sit silent. Referee think there's no reaction. I've got no doubt if that had been the home end, it's a penalty. So it's important that we have an opportunity to have some fans behind the goal and claim for what rightfully is ours.
Right, thank you.
Just want to turn to the number of goals. I saw stats on the BBC website for our last 2 league games that said you'd had 40 shots, which is a fabulous number, but only 11 of them were on target, and obviously only one of them went in. That's somewhere you're going to have to tighten up if this is going to be a truly successful season.
Well, I think we have to improve. I think there is no doubt if you look at the XG in terms of chances made versus conversion, we're by far the highest in League Two. And while that's commendable for shots and chances made, it's not overly commendable when you're not taking the array of chances that we've got. But what we're certainly going to keep encouraging is the boys to take pops at goal, keep putting the balls in the box. And there's a saying to strikers, you're always going to miss chances. That's why we're in League Two. We're going to miss chances, but the failure on their part is when we don't go in and miss chances. So we'll keep doing it. But you're right to identify it as a stat that we need to improve on, and quickly if we're to stay at the top end of this league, because as it's already proven now, it's really competitive. You know, I went up to watch Grimsby and Carlisle in midweek. I watched the Grimsby team dominate the play, but Carlisle had a ruthless approach to 2 opportunities and win the game comfortably in the end.
You mentioned as well the fact you've had an uninterrupted week of training. Is that something you prefer, or would you like to have had a game to get the likes of Michael Bostwick and David in minutes?
Yeah, I think if we did the Papa John's game, it would have been good to get those guys into minutes. We're not going to put them straight into the hub of league action, but this week's has allowed us to do that. You know, both Michael and David have worked really hard. They've had a real disciplined approach to the work. So I think we're subject to no last minute hitches. We're going on the coach to Crawley with a full Stevenage FC first team squad, full one apart from Elliot. So from that point of view, that's brilliant. And David Amour brings us something that we've not had for 4 or 5 weeks in terms of electric pace, either in a wide area or a top area of the pitch. And we all know what Michael Bostwick brings. He brings a real steelness and stability to the heart of a defence or the heart of a midfield. And it's something, again, we've not had up until the last week or two. We've been hesitant to involve Michael because we want to make sure he's more than 100% right, and this week has told us he is.
Talking of speed up front, saw a social media post from Elliot this week said he'd had his operation. Just what's the extent?
Yeah, he said he's up. He said a nick on his ACL. He's some cartilage repaired, etc. He's in brilliant spirits. I've had a couple of messages from him, and I think he's off on holiday soon for a week to the Caribbean. Come on, Elliot, enjoy the Caribbean. Postcard. And that's great for his recovery because he'll do the first stage now in-house with us. And then there becomes that little spell where it's a bit walking, it's a bit running, it's a bit swimming, and you couldn't pick a better place than going to Jamaica, could you? You couldn't pick a little place. And so Elliot will come through that rehab, and we want him back on the grass as soon as possible. So he's got 3-4 weeks when he's got his legs up, and then bang, he's into it, and then it'll be how quickly his body heals.
And just finally, I know you wanted to talk about it last week, but sort of Scotland and a cracking little week of football for them.
We're like the world champions at the minute, aren't we? You know, we get beat Ukraine when it really mattered, and then we go there. But I can remember, and I'm listening intently to the radio, and I'm getting live updates as to where we are with Ukraine. And I think I'm on my own in the A1, and I'm punching there when it's announced it's finished in Ukraine. It's 0-0. But it's not often I can say this, is it? We're promoted in England, or relegated. Don't hammer me. But I'm just saying it's. Ever since Steve Clarke is a friend of mine, he's done a wonderful job. I was the first to message him to say, you know, what he's achieving over a period of a small amount of time now, more than what others have done. Best manager Scotland's had since Craig Brown, and that's testament because Craig took us to World Cups and everything.